You can't spend a lifetime using something as a tool to condemn us, and you can't use it as a tool for damnation and then expect us to turn to it for salvation. It doesn't work that way. That's right, the Quran. Hello and salams. My name is Khayyam and welcome to another edition of the Chaplain Bar. If you're anything like me, you have a lot of books in your room, and you love reading.
Egghead likes his bookie book.
There's one book that I've had a hard time reading all the way through. That's right, the Quran. And I know what you might be thinking. You're a Muslim. Don't you people love the Quran? Don't you kill over it and stuff?
Allahu Akbar!
Originally in the script I had said, come join me. Let's start reading this. Let's start, you know, a Quran reading group or something to that effect. But I realize it's not that easy for a lot of us. And I'm not going to start bullying you into, you know, doing things that you might not be ready for. If you are ready to pick it up, start reading. Now, don't get me wrong, I have read the book, but from an academic standpoint. It's easier to approach the book with this instead of this. I'm pointing at my heart. It's not easy to delve into a book that can make you think and feel so deeply. And for the longest time, I was afraid not just by what I'd learn, but what I'd learn about myself. I think a lot of us are just afraid to be judged. And that has a lot to do with how we've experienced the Quran. For almost our entire lives, the Quran has been used by our leaders and our teachers and our elders as a way to make us feel bad or shame us or condemn us.
You go to hell! You go to hell and you die!
So congratulations to the aforementioned groups for making an entire generation afraid of our own holy book. Bravo, well done, mission accomplished. And yeah, the Quran does have a fair amount of don't do's in it.
Don't do what Donnie don't does. They could have made this clearer.
Part of those are probably don't use the Quran as a means of scaring your kids. It does. I don't know. I haven't read it. The fear and the self-doubt that you may have aren't going to go away after you just pick it up and start reading. On the contrary, it might actually increase. But stick with it. Now, when you pick up a translation, make sure you pick one up that makes sense. That's a bit, you know, that's from a trusted source. Not Hollywood Upstairs, Boulevard Mosque. Make sure it's a reputable source. I disagree with people just picking up the text and reading it raw and deciding, I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna make it mean what I want it to mean, because that is what Al-Qaeda did.
Silence! I kill you!
Yeah, that is why I don't, be it extreme Orthodox conservative or extreme liberal hippiness, I disagree with both far end interpretations or practices. Both of them are ignoring a long and rich tradition of exegesis, of interpretation of the text. Now, the fear and the self-doubt won't go away the second you open the book. It's not. You're not going to open it up and a reading rainbow comes out and gives you a hug and there are butterflies and sparkly dust everywhere.
Friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow.
It's not how it's going to go. It's going to be loud, that doubt, that you don't deserve to pick this book up.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself?
Well, you should be, because you are dirt. You make me sick, you big baby. Baby want a bottle? A big dirt bottle?
When you pick up that book and it hits and suddenly everything, every instinct is telling you to put it down, try to close your eyes and listen to that one instinct, that one voice in the parliament of your mind. Maybe it was more than one, but listen to that space, listen to that feeling that made you want to pick it up in the first place. Listen to that feeling that was that longing to get there, and if you're really anything like me, that feeling is there. You want to be a part of this. You want to have a relationship with that text. You look at your shelf and you see that dusty copy of the Quran and you want to pick up and reach for it, but there's just something stopping you. Don't let that get to you. Maybe by the next episode you'll have picked it up. Maybe, you know what? Try this. Don't pick it up and start reading it, going page after page after page. You're going to burn out. Maybe instead of picking it up and plowing through a few pages, pick it up, put it somewhere where it's easier to pick up. Put it next to your bed. Put it next to your reading chair if you have one. Put it somewhere where it's more easily accessible, where you don't have to look up at the shelf. So bring it closer to you physically, if that's what it takes. But just an idea. It's fine if you don't know Arabic. Majority of Muslims don't. I would say read a translation. Read something in the language that is most comfortable to you. Read something in the language that you have access to. Work on that process. Build yourself up to picking up this book and starting at page 1 and just, one word at a time if you have to. And that about wraps it up. So thank you again for joining me. Please, if you have any questions, comments, hate mail, whatever it may be. I know this has been a tough one, but let's raise the bar. Thank you for joining me. Peace out. Salams.
Butterfly in the sky, I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow. I can go anywhere, friends to know and ways to grow, a reading rainbow.